Hey everyone, welcome back. It's day 2. We're going to draw noses today. It's a 4-part series, so we did eyes last week, so you can look that up if you want. Go ahead, go grab your materials. We are working from a self-portrait, 5x7 or bigger. You need paper, at least 8x10, pencil that's sharpened, a pencil, sharpener, and an eraser. I'm all set up to get started drawing, so I'm going to hit the pause button, set up my camera, and I'm drawing outside today, so you don't have to stay inside. It's a beautiful sunny day. Take your stuff outside. All right, here we go. Here's my setup. I made a quick little L-shaped viewfinder. So, thing with the viewfinder, it's just 2 pieces of paper, stick them together, and then you can move them in and out. So you can focus in on something. We're using this so that we can block out all the information that we're not drawing today, so we won't get distracted. So, you do want the space around the nose. The nose, when we draw it, is mostly drawing shadows. There are no hard lines in through here, so you will not draw hard contour lines through here. We got shadows, right? The only place where there's hard lines is down here around the in the nostrils. So let's get started. So this should take you less than 10 minutes to draw, but more than 5. All right, so we can begin. Always very, very, very light pencil marks that we are going to build onto. Starting up here, I notice the shape of her nose. It's not straight up and down. That shadow kind of bends and turns a bit, curves around, and then I find a nostril outside of the nostril here, and the bottom of the nostril here. This is a septum down there. And then up here, we get a little bit of a turn. This part here is kind of the ball of the nose, right? And then we have another little round circles on either side of it. Her head's slightly tilted, so we see a lot more of this nostril than we do of the other one. I'm going to put that shape in, comes around. They're both in line with each other. One is not higher than the other. And this kind of comes up and around. And then we have a shadow that comes down through here, up to the eye, and kind of down like that. That's all in shadow. And then we see shadow through here. Most of my shading, I do cross-hatching. Little lines going in one direction. And then when we want to build it up, we do lines in the opposite direction and slowly build all that up. All right, so and start working down here where I actually have some definite stuff. So I got the basics in place. Yours may take longer. And then I'm going to start working on that nostril shape. It comes down to that septum, and we see more shadow down here. And kind of come around. The nose is 3-dimensional, so there's a lot of shading. This underneath is going to be in shadow. So we want to pay attention to where shadows are darker and where they're lighter. And we're going to build them up slowly. All right? So this whole side seems to be in shadow. But it does get a little bit brighter through here. And then underneath is where there is more shadow. That's how that form takes place, by a shadow above it and a shadow below it. And it goes around, right? And kind of comes down like that. Same underneath her nose. There's a shadow underneath it. And this one's kind of a little triangular in shape. And then we'll come up. Drawing is a quiet activity. Yes, you can have music in the background, but I find it very distracting to actually talk and draw at the same time. So that's why I did 3 versions of this before recording the camera, so I can show you the finished ones. We can at least walk through where shadows are. Okay, and then again, this is all in shadow as well. And this gets a little bit darker. And then there's a very dark little line right there. Gives us that form. And then it wraps around. And this side of the nose has shadow on it. Again, it's a little bit round where that nose is. And then we have shading that comes through here. There. And underneath. And just above the lips, right? So there's a little bit of a shadow that goes. Oops. And up here. Okay. All right. So observation and practice. Ball of the nose, nostrils on either side of it, paying attention to how high things are. So there's not really a line through there, so I'll just get rid of that. That seems to be all the same through here. And I think all right, nose number 1. Do it 3 times to 5 times. Here's what I had done earlier. So I've got 3 of them. And that's it, and that's what we are doing today. Practice drawing your nose 3 times.